there anything cuter than bringing home a new puppy? In the last year, with people at home more, many decided to add a pet to their family. I mean, after all, puppies are so cute. Life is just full of fun with a new puppy. Or maybe even it's a second puppy to play with your first dog. One thing I've learned though, to properly train a dog, you need to take it outside a lot. And that means in good weather or bad. Getting a puppy in autumn in much of North America means that critical potty training requires frequent outside visits. Training a puppy means often going out even in the middle of the night, regardless of the weather. I gotta give it to my wife, she's done a lot of it that I haven't done. Sometimes puppies are timid and afraid of new things, so if you suddenly find yourself outside in a windy, heavy rainstorm or a snowstorm, holding up an umbrella, the umbrella might even scare the dog even more. Then he won't be inclined to do his business, and you just want to get out of there and get back inside and get back to bed. Puppies sometimes have other ideas. Too, they can be distracted easily. It takes a lot of patience. Patience is hard to have when it's pouring rain outside, or it's cold and blowing and snowing right in your face. After taking a couple of shifts with this in the bad weather, I thought, why don't I build a shelter of some sort just to be out of the rain while the dog's running around and taking his time? Then I don't have an umbrella or an awning flapping around to distract him. I even thought of standing inside the shed, but it was full of things that we'd put away for the winter, and it didn't seem like a great idea. So I thought about corrugated plastic roofing and some 2x2s and a very simple structure that would help us to do this. Here's what I came up with. So with these materials in hand, I grabbed a pack of 2-inch deck screws and then began to make a square frame. Added a little center riser in the middle that came up about 3 inches, and I pre-drilled each hole just to make sure this wood wouldn't split. Once done that, I was able to put the screws in, just a 2-inch, maybe 2.5 inches, whatever you want to pick up at the hardware store, and that should be enough for that basic framing. Then I cut the corrugated plastic roofing material with a pair of tin snips is what I was using. You could potentially use a saw from what I read, but I found the tin snips worked for me once I put my camera down and used both hands. So I was able to cut through here and then begin to apply that using the corrugated frame. The 4 support rails were just 4 more of the 2x2s. For the moment, ignore the black metal frame with the fabric. To mount the clear PVC roofing, there was this gray PVC brackets that could just be screwed on, and then I used the occasional screw here to mount that with some plumber's goop to prevent leaks. To hold the entire structure to the shed, which is the main stabilizing, we used some long screws put through right from the inside of the shed, right using a washer right into the wood. That gave it additional support. With the back legs firmly attached to the shed, we drove the front legs into the ground by pounding them on the top with a hammer. Then added the decorative fabric and frames off of the broken gazebo that just gave it a little bit more of a finished look. We later added a front board on that peak as well. So how did it stand up to the winter? We built this in 2019 fall, and it's now spring of 2021. It held together, and we later added these side panels for a little wind stop, and it's been shelter for us for many winters. So in conclusion, we have been able to enjoy having the dogs outside, having a place to duck out of the wind, enjoy our puppies growing up. Later on, we might make this into more of a greenhouse or a place to start plants. But for now, sometimes it's just a nice place to just stop in out of the rain. Is this something you'd try to build? Let me know in the comments. Would you hurry up and go? By the way, if you thought my dogs are cute, please like this video and consider subscribing.